Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
Great day.
It is, it's brilliant, isn't it? So what's your name and where'd you come from?
Oh, here. Well, that's an open question. Perry Fields. I live in Chester, but I'm from Ireland. You probably hear from the accent. And I'm one of the regional leads here based in Chester for Bank of America.
I can see, yes, you are repping the Bank of America vibes here. Love has
I
no...
am indeed.
What's the brand there at the back there? Love has no labels.
Indeed.
Exactly. Now, we've got a couple of interview questions
Sure.
just about your role, Bank of America, and what they
Yeah,
do.
of
Because
course.
Bank of America is clearly one of Chester Pride's main partners. We couldn't put this event together without them. So this year, Bank of America has sponsored the parade and, of course, Youth Pride, which is just over there behind us.
Yeah.
So what does your organisation adopt as a safe workplace environment for the LGBTQ plus community?
Well, if I'm being really honest, and I've worked in a number of organizations, but when I came across to work for Bank of America, it really is woven into the fabric of everything that we do.
Yeah.
And I've seen organizations that sort of, can talk the talk, but Bank of America really does walk the walk. But there's a number of things that we do to support that as well. We do a lot of benchmarking with Stonewall.
Right.
We've got very inclusive LGBTQ policies. I was really fortunate. I spent 2.5 days 4 weeks ago in New York.
Oh, wow.
At the LGBTQ Executive Summit. And really the purpose of that summit was really to look at policies for our community worldwide. And what does that mean? And what are we going to do as things evolve and change? And are the bank really moving to support our workforce colleagues and teammates?
So how did your organisation engage with the local LGBT plus organisations and initiatives in the community of Chester?
Really interestingly, so I've been here, working here for Bank of America for about 8 years now. We've always been a key member of Chester Pride. We partner with Chester Pride. We sponsor the Youth Parade, as you know, the Youth Pride event here. And we're really keen to ensure that we work with local organisations that support our workforce and they represent what our workforce is. A few other things that we do is we work with a number of the secondary schools in Chester, and really we do some workshops with them around sort of what the bank's about. And really as part of that, we bring in the different networks and chapters that we've got within the bank. And again, that's creating sort of, I think, it's putting the message out there that we're an inclusive workforce, and we want to ensure that we partner with local communities.
Well, how many employees would you say Bank of America hire? That I know obviously we have a Chester branch here, but how many of the workforce would you say that are involved in Bank of America?
We've got 64 chapters across Bank of America globally, and we've got 11 networks, of which one is LGBTQ. And we have thousands and thousands of members of that.
Wow, that's brilliant. So what message do you hope your partnership with Chester Pride sends to both your employees and the wider public within the LGBTQ plus community in regards to inclusivity and equality?
I mean, listen, I'm sort of going over the same stuff I spoke about earlier, but I think really for us, it's, our workforce needs to really represent the clients and customers that we serve every single day.
Yeah.
And I think partnering up with local sort of organizations such as Chester Pride, the local high schools. So working with local organizations such as Chester Pride, really, and putting our name beside Chester Pride, I hope shows to, kids, I've got a son, that you can be who you want to be and still be successful in work.
Well, that's it. I think, like you mentioned, there's thousands of employees, especially even in Chester here.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some relation to the community.
Sure.
It may be within the bank itself, with a child, a sister, brother, whatever. So I imagine to feel included in work, and allyship is a very big part of that as well. It's very important to us as well to have you here and to have your employees just to have a great time and all the kind of things that you engage with throughout the year. We wouldn't be able to do this without that.
I mean, listen, you hit something. You had a real point, a really sort of key point there. Allyship, and we've got Ally Program, Allyship 101.
Yeah.
We've got By Allyship 101.
Oh, wow.
We have a number of those sort of, different sort of allyships, which are really important because that's your straight colleague standing shoulder to shoulder with you and saying, that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think you said another thing as well, which is important. We've got loads of kids here today, as you can see around this, and you want kids to be able to, it's okay.
It's normalized.
I can be gay, I can be straight, I can be bisexual, I can be fluid, I can be, anything I want, and I can still have a successful career.
That's it. I mean, just Youth Pride alone, we've got a fun fair, we've got activities, art, crafts. So it's not even necessarily related to Pride in general, but just having the vibe and allowing parents to just, be involved with everything. It's really inspiring.
I mean, if you look around you as well, Wes, you've seen this place. I mean, I came here 5-6 years ago. I mean, the family atmosphere now is second to none.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a family event and it's on the calendar for Chester.
Yeah, definitely. Now, finally, I'd just like to ask,
Sure.
what motivates your organisation to become a key sponsor for Chester Pride?
Well, I mean, listen, I think, as I said to you, it's really important that we are a very out there employee in terms that we value not just our employees' families.
Yeah.
And we really want to make a point that we do all the bench work with Stonewall, all those things to really give us best practice and, what we should and what we shouldn't be doing. But I think, even more sort of grassroots than that, we want to ensure that for this community and for us to be a partner of this community, that we make sure that we put our name forward and that people can see that you've got a global brand that sits behind Chester Pride. And listen, we're proud to be partners of you guys as well.
It's honestly fantastic.
Absolutely, so proud to be partners with you. And I just think it's just amazing that we can be part of that.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you very much for coming today.
No worries.
And enjoy the rest of your Pride.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
And
Thank you.
Bye.